everyone, Andy here, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the very first actual mod on Bluey. So what I've had made, and a big thanks to Paul, is, put it a bit closer to the camera, but this Ford design of side stripes that I'm going to be putting on the car. If you follow my channel and obviously my Instagram as well, I did a big poll on there. I'll actually pop it up on screen now. It started off very 50-50, but towards the last few hours of the 24 hours that you get on these polls on Instagram, it showed that actually the one that was preferred the most out of all three designs was to go fully across from the very front to the back wheel arch. So that is what I'm going to be trying to do today. So the standard setup is it kind of finishes here before the kind of curve of the arch starts, and then it stops at the front door. Now, to be honest, that does look good, and it can't not look good. But I thought I want to be different, so that's why I came up with the three different designs. So there was that, there was the full one, and then I did another one, which was, I think was C, where it started at the front arch, but then finished before the rear to kind of make that look more prominent. But the good thing is, Paul's been able to print me off 4 of these, so I've got a chance, if I mess up, to obviously try and have another go. But also, by doing it fully across, if I really don't like it after a while, then I can always very easily take off the front one, because that's a very small panel. But then, if anything, I can just take this section off and do one that's cut and finish it there, so it obviously looks like an OEM style. But I've gone for, so it's the same Ford, I'll show up on screen now, of the badge that I designed for the rear of the car. Now, that was also designed, based on the design of the GT40 Heritage Edition that they did. It's this red one with gold, and I liked this style here that I've got of Ford because it's not something you've seen anywhere else, so it feels very custom, but also paying homage to the Heritage Edition of the GT40. But not just that, but by having this, which is like a thick stripe in the middle with 2 thinner ones either side, also pays homage sort of to the Mark 1 Escort Mexico stripe that runs down the side, and I love that car. That is like a dream car that I would love to own. So sort of paying homage to that style of side stripe as well, I thought sort of, you know, all those things sort of accompany each other as a really nice custom side stripe. Basically, I've got a machine polish that I've got down here, and what I've done is I've just used some super resin polish, and I've actually, for the very first time since owning the car after its paint job, is I've just given it a very quick polish, and it looks like glass. So yeah, I wanted to get that nicely done before I get the side stripe on, because as you know, when you start polishing with side stripes, you know, then you've got to try and get it all off the little edges. So I thought I'll get the machine polish done out of the way for that beforehand. Next, I've got some soapy water. Now, some say not to use soapy water, but I'm going to do it the way I've tried and tested. So when I did the sun strip, I did do the method where you put soapy water on the underneath of the decal, and then also on the bodywork itself, so you can lubricate it, so that obviously I can move this around. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to masking tape it in place, cut it to, you know, roughly the right size, and then obviously, yeah, soap it all up, peel it off the back, try and get it in position, then I'm going to cut it, and hopefully it works out. I've done it. I've finished. And I think I've done a pretty good job. I can't see any bubbles or anything like that. The only places that are really hard are where you've got to cut and actually sort of try and tuck it in, because to get a nicer look, it's cool to have it going round the corner so you can't see an edge. I can't remember if the OEM ones are actually cut like along the edge of the door. So you know, you see a little bit of the door, the paint colour before the next panel. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments below if that is the case, or as OEM, do they tuck them round? So I did try and do it like this one. Because of the way I cut that one, I wanted it to be a bit more inside the door. I had to then retake it off, lubricate behind, and nudge it back again. So anyway, I'll show you a little bit closer, but as a whole, it's quite cool. It's quite a dramatic thing to do. You know, I'm gonna sort of obviously leave it a while, see if it grows on me having it fully across. It is harder having it fully across just because of all the tucking and cutting that you've got to do. The bit at the back is the only bit that I think does worry me a little bit. The one behind the front mudguard's cool because it's nice and protected, but the one at the back, it could catch, so potentially I might have to actually cut that to the body line rather than tucking it around. But you know, I've got extra for that, so if I need to do it, I can. Battery is running low, so I'm gonna have to be pretty quick. But I'll just show you in close detail. So this is the bit I'm meaning. It's quite hard to pick it up, but basically I have actually had to tuck it in around the corner, like it goes around that corner about a couple of mil. So it's just whether or not that will stay or will it peel away, I don't know. But I think if you look, go along the whole thing, it's looking pretty good. Again, like side on, so even though I had to adjust it, got it nicely aligned. And then the Ford there. Battery's about to run out. So yeah, just there, it's nicely tucked in. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Like if you get close, it's nicely tucked in, you can't see any paintwork. So yeah, if you do like these stripes, give me a thumbs up. If you like the option I've gone with, full width, then yeah, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, and you want it to go back to OEM style without it being on the archway and at the front little panel there, give me a thumbs down. No, don't give me a thumbs down, but you know what I mean, quite cool. So yeah, leave a comment below on what you actually think, but you know, it gives it a different look, that's for sure. Hopefully I'll get some nice pictures for Instagram, but what's quite nice is it does kind of maybe give the car a little bit of a lower profile by dividing the panel up, so you've not just got loads of blue. But hopefully this has helped anyone who's actually looking to fit any side stripes themselves. There's like a little bit of a tutorial. It's the first time I've ever done side stripes, so yeah. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. See you all again soon. Bye.